Hey friends, happy Friday. Today you're going to be taking your Road to Revolution test, and I'm going to be reading this test out loud. I will just keep reading. Feel free to pause and give yourself time to think to answer each question, okay? So after I read the question and the answers, pause, answer, then hit play again. You'll hear me read the next question, okay? So the first one. Who were the Daughters of Liberty and how did they affect the American Revolution? A. They were women who remained loyal to Great Britain throughout the entire war. B. They were wives of American soldiers who followed their husbands onto the battlefield. C. They were women who boycotted British goods and made the goods they needed at home. Or D. They were women who took jobs in factories after most of the men joined the Continental Army. Number 2. What is the relationship between these two maps? Here's your maps. Is it A, North America before and after the Civil War? B, North America before and after the American Revolution? C, North America before and after the founding of Jamestown? Or D, North America before and after the French and Indian War? Number 3. Why is this event important enough to be pictured on a stamp? A. The event was a party celebrating the end of the American Revolution. B. The event was the first major battle between the colonists and the British. D. The event showed that the colonists were willing to stand up against tyranny. Or D. The event helped convince the French to provide support to the colonies. Number 4. What is one way the French and Indian War contributed to the outbreak of the American Revolution? A. The American Indians became colonial allies. B. The American colonists gained a sense of unity. C. The British lost interest in their American colonies. Or D. The French greatly weakened the British in America. Number 5. Which of the following best explains what colonists meant by the phrase, no taxation without representation? A. Colonists did not like being taxed without collecting more stamps for official documents. B. Colonists did not like being taxed without having a representative in the British government. C. Colonists did not like being taxed without gaining more lands west of the Appalachian Mountains. Or D. Colonists did not like being taxed without receiving military protection from the British government. The next one, which event is being described? Use the information to answer the question. I couldn't believe that they just started fighting their guns at us. We were only throwing snowballs. So I'm going to read that one more time because I messed up right here. I couldn't believe they just started firing their guns at us. We were only throwing snowballs. The Boston Massacre, the Boston Tea Party, the Battle of Saratoga, or the Battle of Bunker Hill. The next one, use the information to answer the question. To which of the following groups did the person who said this belong? Once we had started throwing tea off the boat, we knew we had started something that would get a big reaction out of King George III. Was that person a Boston militia? The Sons of Liberty, the Continental Army, or the Stamp Act Brigade? Here you're seeing which of the following best completes the chart. It's a cause and effect chart. The causes, Great Britain wins the French and Indian War. Great Britain has to pay for the expensive war. What effect did this have? A. Colonists boycotts the British tea. B. The Stamp Act is passed by Great Britain. C. Colonists arm themselves to fight the British. Or D. The Boston Massacre is reported in the newspapers. After which event would the newspaper headline most likely have appeared in the colonial newspaper? Great Britain says no to colonists wanting to move west of the Appalachians. Would this headline be for the Boston Tea Party, the Battle of Saratoga, the Battle of Bunker Hill, or the French and Indian War? Why did Paul Revere share this image of the Boston Massacre so soon after it happened? Did he show this picture to show what actually happened that day? To convince people to go against Great Britain? To convince people to stay loyal to Great Britain? Or to show everyone that the colonists were aggressive? If Susan and Jane go through with their boycott, what are their opportunity costs? Use the information to answer the question. Susan and Jane have decided to join the boycott against British tea in order to protest the increase in taxes. So what's their opportunity cost? They will force an end to the new taxes. They will get to drink coffee instead of tea. They will not have tea to drink each afternoon. Or they will increase the amount of coffee that they drink. Which of the following is an example of a price incentive? During the war, many colonists sold their belongings to raise money to support the Continental Army. B. During the war, wood was needed for the war effort, so stores only sold it to the wives of soldiers for $5 apiece. C. After the war, soldiers who served in the Continental Army were given a small amount of money for fighting in the war. Or D. After the war, silversmith Paul Revere's metal picture frames prices dropped from $5 to $1 to gain more customers. Alright, the next question here. Which of the following is a voluntary exchange that could have taken place during the American Revolution? A. Sam, a store owner, lowered the prices of apples so more people could eat healthy. B. Anna, a cook, prepares food each night and gives the extra food to the homeless. C. Jim, a blacksmith, made horseshoes for Susan and she gave him vegetables from her garden. Or D. Jenny, a dressmaker, made new outfits for the children in one village because they could not afford new clothes. And then our last question today. How did trade help the colonies during the American Revolution? A. The colonies gained warships by trading with Spain. B. The colonies gained supplies by trading with France. C. The colonies won its independence by refusing to trade with Spain. Or D. The colonies won its independence by refusing to trade with France. Make sure you check all of your answers. You've answered every single question. And once you've answered every question, go down to the bottom and hit submit. Alright, once you've hit submit, then you are good for the day with your Social Studies Road to Revolution test.